This basketball actually bounces. These shoes you can sprint in. And believe it or not, both of them are 3D printed. Today, I'm pushing 3D printing to the limit, testing 100 levels, starting with a simple beginner boat and building up to prints like insane machines with lights, motors, and moving parts. But at the final level, I'm creating my most ambitious print yet and flying across the country to surprise one of the biggest YouTubers in the world and put it to the test. Let's hit it. Alright, for the level 1 3D prints, I'm either giving you nostalgia or opening a door because we're printing a benchy! This small boat here may be puny, but it's the first thing you ever create on a new 3D printer. It takes 25 minutes, and it's supposed to test if the machine is working or not. But nonetheless, for level 1, it's a classic. Now, does it float? Nope. But it looks clean and you can keep it forever. Now guys, remember this boat, because from this point on, the prints only get crazier and nuttier and wilder. Yeah, you get the point. But this little guy is such a sweetie. Moving on to level 10 3D prints. In order to stimulate you guys and up the bar, I'm creating satisfying fidgets. And since they don't take much time to create, we have 3 to test out. Each one increasing in complexity and will be more memorable than the last. Starting with the first, called Twisty Tornado. At first, it looks flat, but gravity changes that pretty fast. Oh, damn! As you can see, it jiggles, moves up and down like a fun fidget, and if you flip it, it also inverts the colors. This can't get any better, right? Wrong! Because believe it or not, this is only half the print. So once we make another fidget and this middle piece, take both parts and click them together, now it's finished. And it does not disappoint. The colors blend. If you take 2 fingers, you can twist the whole fidget up and down. And once you're done with it, it compresses straight back to a pancake. However, to increase complexity, this print is called Jacob's Ladder. The front is orange, the back is white, and there's no parts to assemble. It prints in one piece. However, if you're wondering how this is a fidget, well, cool. Ooh, wait, I like that. Every time you let the ladder hang and tilt it towards one side, it flips into itself and combines or separates the orange and white colors. It's low-key simple, but I think it's cool. Well, the last print only took 2 hours to print. Well, this one took 20 and came in over 25 different parts, which we gotta assemble. Good Lord. First, click 4 screws into each base so we have the connectors, then connect the main parts and align the gears, then repeat over and over and over until it's done, which painfully only took 2 hours for me. However, once done, it's well worth it because the artifact is complete. Oh, dude! The colors are a shiny gold and blue. Every part twists and turns, and if you keep turning, the whole fidget changes shapes. Yo! There's not much else to say here because it really only does that one thing, but if you want to flex your 3D printer, yo, make this. Smash like my slimes. I know we got 100K easy. And if you check it and we're not there yet, get on your grandma's Google account and smash it too. We got this. Useful prints. If you want to solve any problem, just 3D print a solution. Like this super complex spruce carrier coaster. If you ever place a glass on a wooden table, you know it's a big mistake. So to fix that problem, I 3D printed a coaster. But this one isn't as basic as it might seem, because if you tug the outer wood groove, you could see it extends kinda bizarre. If you look at the back, there's slots for magnets, so I whipped some out and placed over 20 along the rim. And now, the coaster snaps back into place whenever you want it to. Afterwards, I got a hair tie, fit it into this designated hole, and glued it into place. And believe it or not, well, we're done. Most bougie coaster ever, what the hell? In terms of looks and feel, I think it's pretty cute, but the real test is seeing how it is in action. Wow, a red mug on top of plastic? How nice. Nah, but the reason I printed this is that if you extend the outer rim like we assembled before and lift up from the hair tie, you can use the coaster as a drink gimbal as well, which means no matter how aggressive you swing it around when you're carrying it, it'll never spill. I took this jart into the kitchen, out the door, swang it outside, and I was aggressive too. But it passed all my tests, and it's a W coaster. However, have you ever eaten a bag of chips with your raw fingers and seen the mess it makes? I say no more. So I 3D printed and put together gaming chopsticks. If you've been watching me, you know I've made these a couple times, but you put them between your knuckles and squeeze. It's simple. I genuinely use these while editing all the time. Look at the dust, bruh. But overall, it's a classic. Okay, for level 30 prints, the theme is viral and random. If you ever want to find really cool gadgets or toys that millions of people have made at home, then these next 2 prints are legit. Starting with a robot hand. This one is another print in place with no assembly kind of thing. And I gotta say, I understand why it's so popular online. If you pull these levers under the palm, the fingers flex. There's also a thumb part that moves with the first finger, and everything works flawlessly. The motion and sounds are peak. And because there's a thumb, you can even grab random objects, like scissors, the benchy from earlier, or honestly, anything you can grip. Anyways, I also printed a second one for my right hand, and low-key, 10 out of 10. You can even dab up. But somehow this next print is even more popular, being one of the biggest designs ever published. Dummy 13, aka an action figure. Unlike other prints that come pre-built, this is the opposite. You get 3 plates, and each one comes with a ton of parts. So many, in fact, I was getting scared, bro. But after organizing them, clicking them together, without glue or tape, by the way, and taking about an hour or so for the torso, legs, feet, and arms, our boy here is standing on my table. Yo! I swear, he's gotta be over 50 different parts put together. But because of that, look at him flexing. Every single part of him moves in all directions. I had a lot of fun putting him in different poses too, like meditating, going on all fours, being sneaky, falling over, pooping, and honestly, anything I thought was funny. And if you remember the gray pieces from earlier, we can use those to change out his hands for different positions. Dude, that is so cool. I'm gonna create like 12 of him in all different colors now. Guys, I just got a DM. Look at this.
Yo, Plop, it's Ben Azalar. I've been seeing the 3D print videos. They're insane. But I was wondering, could you 3D print me something? But I want it to be like huge, like the biggest thing you've ever done. Can you do it?
That's Ben Azalar. He's got almost 50 million subscribers, has been posting for almost 10 years, and collabs with Mr. Beast, bro. Alright, Ben, listen. If you want a 3D print, I'll make you one. But you'll just have to wait till level 100, because I gotta go all out. But for real, I'm not even kidding. The print for him I made is insane. So stick around, because this video is gonna turn up. Moving on to level 40, I have a question for you. Have you ever 3D printed music? Yeah, that one even surprised me. This idea may sound crazy at first, until you print 3 parts, grab some plastic wrap, combine them together, and make a kazoo. Yo, wait, does it work? Oh! This is ratchet, weird, strange, but it works. Prepare for my musical genius, y'all. Guys, comment down below. Do I look mentally sound? But that isn't the only instrument I printed, because I also made a handsome young frog. And a stick? Bro, he's so cute. If you're confused, then don't worry. Simply take this wooden stick, grab the frog's back, and start stroking it. Hear those rivets? Dude, not bad. But this one, this one, I've wanted to print for a while. An ocarina from Legend of Zelda. I have no clue how to play this, but we're gonna figure it out. Oh! Even though I was skeptical for how well this would work, yo, this thing slaps! It took a little bit to figure out what holes to put my fingers in, but once I practiced for more than 30 seconds, I got the gist. Jeez, boys, that's so opium. Now level 50 is when things light up some more, and I'm not joking when I say that, because after 40 hours of printing, this right here is called the moon. I know, right? So descriptive. Now, if you turn Shorty around, damn, that's a big crater. But the reason is because we can shove a light bulb into it. I got a Govee one. And on top of that, I bought an adapter to connect the bulb to the wall. Then screwed the two together, and well, hey, I said it. Shoved it inside. Oh, awesome. But it doesn't stop there. Because to hold our moon, I printed an astronaut made out of a galaxy plastic and put both together. Now for the final test, does it turn on? 2, 1. Oh! Wait, this looks mid. Oh! It still looks mid. Hold on, let me adjust my camera settings. There we go. Now that's what I'm talking about. The reason it looks so cool is because when the moon prints, it creates all of those craters and details into it. So when you flash a light inside, all of those small blemishes come out. I can't lie, it looks kind of freaky in real life because of how realistic it is, but nonetheless, it's going on my nightstand ASAP. However, in the daytime, it just looks like the sun, bruh. However, while lights are pretty cool, the level 60 3D print introduces us to an even crazier idea. Complex machines. I'm talking gears, cogs, parts that click together and move. And to demonstrate all this, here is the mechanical wave simulator. First, take the shell and place some gears on the right side. Then, by slotting rods through these jiggly pieces, we can insert those. And to finish it off, we have smaller gears to connect everything together. Here's a quick test, and everything works. Next, take a wheel, slap that on, tap glue, connect a lighthouse with a real light and top. And for the magic of this build, I printed flexible waves that bend to the touch, placed a boat on top, and now the wave simulator is done. It looks very artsy and complex, but it wasn't bad to build at all. The waves are an absolute highlight, and the machine being exposed is sick. But does it work? Guys, it speaks for itself. That is wild. The blue and white plastic make for realistic looking waves. The boat bounces up and down them, which is even cooler. And the flickering light makes it a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Definitely print this at home if you can. First time I've seen a useful benchy, bruh. Alright, cranking a lever is fine, but level 70 takes 3D printing even deeper and introduces something a little more try-hard. Motors. Yo, I have so much to learn before I build this. By the way, this machine has over 7 different plates to print and so many parts I didn't even care to count. But also, there's an instruction manual. This is like a Lego Technic kit. What the heck? Even the motor I bought looks like Lego, but this looks like so much work. I'm just gonna build till it's done. Wow, that's it! The Neo-Hexa Metropolis marble machine is complete. Woo! The marbles run on the yellow tracks, the buildings keep the tracks supported, and the water and greenery creates the base. But I'm not too concerned about looks, because if this actually works, I'll start shaking, bruh. Oh, let's go! The gears turn and everything. Now all that's left to do is take these marbles and put one on the track. Okay, it goes up the city, shoots out, goes through the buildings, into the garage, out the side, then up the second elevator, shoots out again, travels around, and back to the starting point. Wow. Let's go! Then it repeats over and over and over again. Watching it from afar is super satisfying. There's something about not having to crank it, which makes it 100 times more impressive. But honestly, this is peak 3D printing. Level 80 is where 3D printing starts to flex hard. Kinda literally, because I want you to imagine this. 3D printing shoes. Now, obviously, I can't be wearing hard plastic, so I spent $60 a roll on a custom material, TPU 90A, which if you're not nerdy, this is literally rubber. So I got a blue and white mix, as well as a red one, and special laces for when they finish printing. Which, speaking about printing, did I tell you each shoe takes over 60 hours? Oh yeah, we're gonna be sitting for a while. Holy crap, worth! The blue one looks like a Yeezy shoe. Yo, give me another 3 days. Usually you can't tell if a 3D print is gonna look like ass or not, but we won the lottery on these. Damn! Afterwards, I laced them up, each one getting its own special color. And I'm gonna be honest, these shoes were worth every hour spent waiting. The colors are vibrant, the textures are a 10 out of 10. It's kind of like a mesh mixed with a cool hard shell design. The bottom of the shoe looks so good. The inside's made of a comfortable pattern so it doesn't hurt your foot. All around, they look completely store-bought, but I didn't wait 6 days to stare at them. Let's go run. running. Because I printed them at a size 12.5, which is a little bigger than what I typically wear, my feet slid in perfectly. My foot was not only comfortable, but even felt supported in a weird way. And as soon as I started walking, I knew I cooked. These shoes bend in all the right places because it's rubber. I could stand, walk, run, jump, and do whatever I wanted. And I even tested them out on grass, the pavement, and nothing could destroy them. But as for a final test, I even ran about half a mile, bringing the camera along with me, and they didn't crack once. These are indestructible. Believe it or not, the level 90 3D print is something you've definitely heard before. It's been in the news, your doom scrolls, pretty much everywhere. But of course, I'm talking about printing a working, bounceable basketball. The streets call it Airless. Oh, I am not part of the streets. Yeah, keep that in. Just like the shoes, I had to buy a custom filament, and it's called PLA Flex. It's like a hybrid between rubber and a regular plastic. But also just like the shoes, the basketball is gonna take like 3 days straight of printing. Oh, here's a montage. Printed so good. Alright, y'all, we cooked! What a random print, bruh. If you can't tell, while the color looked orange at first, it actually fades up to yellow, which was definitely planned, by the way. But look at the hexagon shapes, yo. Damn. Now we just have to take it off and take it and take it. Yo, why? Oh! It snapped right off! Out of all the prints in this video, I know you guys are curious to how well this one works. So, I grabbed my workout shoes and let's hit the courts. Yes, sir! I'm praying right now, guys. I'm so nervous. All right, it's time to test the ball. If it works, 60 hours of printing was worth it. If not, this video is gonna be some hot ass. Please, God. Yo, it bounces! And like, it really does too. Look at me dribble. Yo, I'm so cool. Listen, I've tried to make one of these before in a previous video, but it was so mid. But thank God I got to redeem myself. This was great to pair with the shoes. And on top of that, we get buckets, people. As you know, Ben Azelart wants a print, but not just anything, my biggest print ever. However, for the level 100 3D print, the theme is perfect. Giant and dangerous. There's just one rule. Once built, we have to use it to destroy something. Otherwise, it's not dangerous now, is it? So here's the plan. Ben's studio is in Los Angeles and I'm in Texas, which means I have to fly there. But because the final build is huge and made up of 20 different parts, somehow I have to bring the pieces unassembled with me on the plane and construct it in a random hotel in LA. And the flight leaves in 3 days. Oh God. On top of that, this print takes over 150 hours combined, requires every printer I own, and uses over 10 pounds of plastic. Now here's an important question. What 3D print could possibly take this much time and material? Well, after everything's laid out, I'm making a life-sized Stormbreaker axe that Thor uses in Avengers. Now, if you don't know what that is, it looks like this. It'll be 50 inches tall, and because it's genuinely sharp, my goal is to see if I can chop a watermelon in half to test it out. I figure since I know Ben's a Marvel fan, he's gonna love this. So now let's cram all this into a suitcase and go to LA.
For knowing, you know I'ma keep what I said. Ready for war, I've been deep in the trends. Been thumping since I had them squeaks in the bed. Ice in my body, I'm cold under pressure. Recovered like I had no heat in the vents. Shooting, I don't have a conscience, too much to accomplish. You know I can't.
We made it to the hotel with the axe. The thing is now, it's 1 a.m. and I have to meet Ben in 9 hours. So, let's get building. Step 1, get all the parts out the suitcase. Step 2, find a desk in this room and take everything off of it. Step 3, lay out the blueprint. Step 4, place all the parts. Step 5, using special super glue, start putting together the handle. Step 6, keep going until it's finished. Damn, this thing is huge. Step 7, put the hammer side on. Step 8, put the axe side on. And lastly, step 9, finish placing the final details that bring it all together. Oh, now before I show this thing off, let me go to sleep, bruh. The axe is finished and it looks real. However, now all that's left to do is take it to Ben. Now that we made it, After all this grinding and all this traveling, let's get Ben out here.
Yo!
What's up, man?
Oh my god. What am I looking at right now?
You know the Stormbreaker axe that Thor uses?
You 3D printed it?
Hell yeah.
Yo!
Damn, that's heavy. Yo, this thing's thick.
You cooked. You cooked.
Yeah, be careful.
That you 3D printed a weapon is crazy. This thing's legitimately sharp. This could do damage.
Ben, I didn't just make this axe so we could look at it. Let's go smash some stuff. First thing we're gonna try is a banana. And... no shot! It just squished the banana though. Man! You know, I could be sad, but I'll just 3D print another handle when I'm finished. Yo, appreciate you, man. We did it! Professional fruit destroyer right here.
That was sad.
Let me know what level of 3D printing was your favorite. Huge shout out to Ben Azalar. Go check out the 3D printing collab we did on his channel Stay Wild. And lastly, God bless you guys. Peace.